reminded me. I always have to record. Okay. So with that said, thank you guys for making it today. Today is talking about team building. We don't talk about recruiting. We talk a lot of the subject on team building. In fact, the word recruiting is actually left my vocabulary. What we do is build people, build teams, build you, build your dynasty, build everything one brick at a time. And that is the right mind framing. And always everything that it is that we do here, it all starts from up here. As long as we are strong up here, then nothing can ever stop us from achieving the things that we came to achieve, right? But it all starts up in your head. If it doesn't start there, then we're always going to be filling ourselves with doubt. We're going to be filling ourselves with rejection and depression and anxiety and things like that. But if we're strong up here, saying the right things in our head, then you have a strong foundation. Now, I'm glad you guys were able to make it. Everything that we talk about here on Thursdays at 6 p.m. is completely focused on team building. So, at the end of the day, if you're here to get training for travel, this is not the class. We run, Nicole runs Q&A 12 to whatever, like usually 12 to 1 every day, noon PST. So if you guys have travel questions, that is the time to be able to ask your questions there, especially when it regards to anything that has to do with travel, anything. We dedicate literally every day just on travel training, but there is one day out of the week that we completely focus on building a team, and this is it. You are here at the right place. Okay, so everything is going to be centrally focused on completely building a team. All right, so just putting that out there, so that way if you guys are here with the intentions of learning travel, you can go into risingtide3.com, and over there that will be able to give you everything that you need. All right. All right. So one of the first things, are all of you guys in risingtide3.com? This is really important for you guys to be part of this website. This is our team. The amount of time and years that we put, everything that we learn, everything that works, we put all into this website, all in one hub, so that way you guys can get the support that you're looking for, looking to always constantly give you answers. So that way you're not lost. That's the biggest thing, because at the end of the day, you're in this business for yourself, not by yourself. And that is the promise that me and my wife made when we first started. Look, if people are going to quit regardless. That's just the thing that's going to happen. But let's make sure, if anybody's going to quit, let's make sure that it's not because of us. So we're always aiming, and before I get to that, there's only two reasons why people would quit. Let's just get that out of the way. To understand why people would quit in the first place, because they joined this business. Every single one of you has joined this business with full intentions of changing your life, maybe changing something, get better results, make progress into your life in some way, shape, or form. The only time a person would honestly quit is only two reasons. One, they no longer believe in the business, which is no longer believing in the company. The business or company has wronged them, right? They're not living up to what they said that they were going to do for you, or they're being deceptive, or they lie to you, or whatever the case it is. Like they're doing some shady business. You're like, oh, that's it. Like, I just cannot trust this place, cannot trust this home. There's something about this company. I'm done. My integrity, my decency is much more important than, and you can't stand behind the company anymore. So therefore, you no longer believe in the company. I'm out. The other reason why somebody would quit is because they're not making any progress and they no longer believe in themselves, right? At the end of the day, they no longer believe in themselves, which means I cannot do this. No matter what, like, this is not for me. Right? It's a me attitude. This isn't working for me, right? And I'm not willing. I don't have the time. I can't do this, right? These are our verbiages that you really want to pay attention to why they're no longer continuing, right? Because I'm not making any money out of this. I'm not progressing. I'm not, at the end of the day, though, those are always going to be the two reasons. No matter how you hear, no matter what reasons that you hear, right? That's always going to boil down to those two things. Now, there is, of course, finances, but if they're not making the money, then I completely understand. Maybe they have to pause for maybe a month or two and then come back. So, but the thing is, at least they're being solution oriented, where they're like, yeah, okay, I don't have the money today and I can't continue this month, but I swear to you, I'm going to come back next month or the month after that. I just got to get my stuff in order, and then they're back, right? But the ones that, like, oh, I just can't do it, blah, 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 and then they just quit. That means that they're going to quit. They're going to move on. They're going to try something else. They're going to bounce around from this to that, to this to that, to try and figure things out, right? Because at the end of the day, like, they no longer believe in themselves, and they're just hopping around hoping that something will stick. I get that, right? Because this didn't work out for them. So it is what it is. So anytime that anybody is going to quit, it's going to be one of those two reasons. So between my wife and I, we decided a long time ago, if anybody's going to quit, let's make sure it ain't because of us, right? So we're going to, what the biggest central focus that we really particularly focus on, especially in what we do, is to make sure that you guys get all of your answers, get all the training in, get all of your questions answered, so that way you're fundamentally sound, and we're arming you. We're constantly giving you tools up here or through, because everything that we do is through a service, right? So we always want to make sure that we're constantly providing building blocks for you, so that way you're constantly constructively growing, not only in a travel agency, but mentally, as well as your entrepreneurship in your business, right? So one of the first things that I really want to get to do is understand Rising Tide 3. Over here, if you haven't done this, you definitely want to sign up, make yourself a profile. We're definitely going to start utilizing the Rising Tide forum to get your questions answered. But at the same token, this is really important. These two things, team building trainings, okay? This is literally Kung Fu. Like the stuff that I'm going to teach you here, a lot of it is all here, right? We recorded it so that way on so many like approaches to the game. At the end of the day, you want to understand the game that we play here, especially in building a team. There's parts to it that you want to understand fundamentally. And I will always track back to this, because you guys have to understand the core foundation of what it is that we do, right? Just so you guys know your three markets, real quick, is your hot market, warm market, cold market, okay? At least you know that. Especially in network marketing or building teams, a lot of times we, immediately start off with our hot market. And just so I break that down, the hot market is all your sister, your family, your cousin, and all that good stuff that will immediately do what you ask. Will you support me? They'll come, they'll help you, right? And then there's the warm market, which is going to be everyone in your Facebook friends list, which is cool. You all know them on a first name basis. But other than that, you still have to convince them that, this is the thing, right? This can help you. And then, of course, there's the cold market. Okay. Just a reminder, I've been teaching them, you go from cold to hot market, not hot. Right. So cold market is basically the rest of the world, right? I mean, that's all the strangers, that's nobody that you know. And I'm going to tell you right now, everything that we teach and everything that we do is the cold market. And there's going to be, in the game that we play, there's an approach for literally all three markets. Our specialty is the cold market, right? The cold market is where you're going to get the best results. And this is something, as long as you adhere to the trainings that we provide for you, and you fundamentally understand all of this, right? You definitely want to go through these videos, because when you go through these videos, I'm going to train you and teach you, I conceptually break down everything. I know this is going to be a lot, but this is really important stuff, because when you read, this is like, imagine like Neo, right? You guys all watch The Matrix, right? And Neo like plugs in, and then he downloads Kung Fu. And then he's like, whoa, I know Kung Fu. This is it right here. This is your Kung Fu. I'm serious when I tell you that, because once you guys watch and see all of these videos, after you're done with all of it, you're going to be like, okay, I get it. I see everything that they're doing, right? This is really important for you guys to, and we spent a ton of time breaking all of this down so that way you guys can fundamentally understand it, okay? So understand that this page is here. You want to get through all of it, all right? And this will also break down all the additional stuff too. Now, here's the thing. Cold market is our game. The reason why cold market is our game is because this is how you're going to grow the fastest. The reason why is because your common denominator that you're going to get through the cold market is through this program right here. And what I mean by that, to quickly basically explain it to you so that way you guys understand, the hot market and warm market is a different common denominator. You've known them from other things. Your family is your common denominator through blood, through all the bonding time that you bonded through, family experiences, this, that, the other. The warm market is probably your colleagues, your work, maybe your gym, or however you've met them is through different interests. So that is their common denominator, right? In this case scenario, the cold market, anytime that you bring someone on board, then you find someone through the cold market, guess what the common denominator is? It's this business, this program. And we're all, in a sense, all lined up, facing the same direction for one purpose: to carve a better path for ourselves, to carve a better future for ourselves through utilizing this program. This is why the cold market is the best market, because you're going to find people that are in alignment with you, that understand that through this program, we're all chasing a better world, a better life, right? And so through this, we're able to continue to move forward. And this is why we focus a lot of attention on the cold market. Now, with that being said, now that we understand the cold market is the best market, how do you effectively build a team? This is really important for you guys to understand. And these are the 4 games. This is the 4. First things first, before I get into this, just understanding everything that we do, what we do is a craft. Okay, yes, this is our business, but I'm an artist. There's an art to everything that we do. And so we really get good at what we do. And there's an art form to everything. To effectively build a team, you have to understand these 4 games here, right? The art of inviting, the art of presentation, the art of closing, and the art of facilitation. And in the beginning, you guys are going to lack in all of it, right? It's kind of like entering a martial arts school for the first time, and then you're a complete white belt. You don't know what to do. You're spazzing out all over the place. So this is where we come in and we teach you one step at a time, so that way you learn effectively how to do it and fast track it, so that way you get to become a black belt as soon as possible. So we do all of these things for you so that way you can learn. Okay, so let me, at least in the beginning, what you really want to, for you to understand, for you to hone in on, is this and really this. Okay, in the beginning, it's going to be about this. Don't worry about this or this. Okay, and the reason why I say that is because this is where Rising Tide comes in, where we created presenters for you. Okay, we have presenters, so that way you can come in every single day. We're doing a presentation literally 3 times a day just for you guys. So that way you don't have to do the art of presentation. You don't even have to do the art of closing. None of that. It's all done, taken care of for you, because, I took a lot of time into building this presentation so that way it's done exactly the way it needs to get done, to heighten the senses, for everyone to be super hyped up about it, get them excited to come on board. And then once they come on board, right, we do the closing for you, so all you have to do is bring them on board. But then these 2 are going to be really important, especially if you want to build a team. So, when it comes to inviting, though, how do you invite? And that's really the game, at least in the beginning. So I'm going to cover inviting today, so that way, you kind of get really good at just the invite game. Now, when it comes to attracting people, there's so many ways to do it. Nicole covers a lot of it, like So just so you understand, you have to understand the game that we play in terms of team building. Everything that we do in team building is all about grabbing and capturing leads. Okay, leads. Leads are what's important. Organic leads, right? Not these lead generators, because when you get these lead generators, you pay for it. I've paid for a number of lead generators, and they're all garbage leads. I ate them. I ate them all. Like, none of them all work out. I'm like, man, we're all leads trying to lead each other. It's like weird. I'm like, forget it. I'm not into this. You know, what I'm really looking for is to truly be able to change people's lives. Hun, can you, Hun? Yeah, this is making my brains go cross-eyed, especially when you're talking in the background. So when we're talking about leads here, guys, this is everything that you can do and you could do. All right. Most of our people, and you want to kind of pay attention to really this, and these are all the formats that you can use to be able to capture leads. Okay. And I want you to conceptually understand whichever direction that you want to go. There's a lot of ways. Attraction marketing is such a huge tool that is a must. Okay, where you attract people, and that's really about building social credibility and social validation. Especially, well, if you want immediate results, you're gonna want to start doing these. Join groups, post inside the groups, right? And then you might want to do Craigslist, right? These are all immediate because it's really attacking people. Not attacking, but it's really putting yourself out there for people to just, whoever needs to change their life, they're going to immediately come to you for more information, and it's instant results. And all you need to do is funnel them to the presentation. And then, of course, you can also create building your brand by doing YouTube videos, Facebook Lives, right? Building website funnels. Maybe you want to do Facebook ads and Google listings. You could also do videos by doing edited videos, right? You could also do traditional methods such as word of mouth, business cards, business to business. All of these are available for you, but you know, here is the thing, okay? What you want to understand in what we do is this right here. Hold on. Right here, here. And I always do this. You guys have to understand what we do. This is a funnel. Right? And everything that I showed you up until this point, what is going on here? For everything that we do, no matter how we capture their leads, we're basically going to funnel them to what? Get the information. Get the information in what we do, no matter what it is. So what is the information? The information is either going to be the webinar, or it's going to be the presentation, right? Or you can do one-on-ones, right? And there's so many ways to give the information, whatever by every means for them to get the exposure and get the information. Okay, that way you know how it's done, and let the presentation do the work for you. Please let the webinar do the work for you. You could do travel parties, which is also known as get-togethers. Right? But at the end of the day, no matter how you do it, no matter how you're capturing the leads, it's all going to go into the webinar, the presentation, the one-on-ones, the travel parties, however it is for them to get the information. And then from there, your job is done. Okay? If you want to build a team, this is it. This is the whole game that we do. This is it. Right? Once you get them to the presentation for them to get the information, touchdown. Okay? I don't want you to beat yourselves up if they come on board or don't come on board. What you did is your job right here at this moment. Because at this moment, you got them there, they're gonna get the information. Now, at this point, they get to make a grown-up adult decision. I don't want you to put it on your shoulders. Oh, they didn't join. I suck. No, it has nothing to do with that. They're just seeing the information. if they like it, they're going to come on board. If they don't like it, they don't have to. Does that make sense? So really, it's just really about understanding that concept. So that way, once you funnel them, get them in there, now it's for them, it is, or if it's not, it's not. In the mentality that you have to have is this. I always say this, hey, this could be a great fit for you. If it is, great. If it's not, that's okay too. You see the indifference that I have here? The indifference that I'm carrying here is for them, you know, to love it. If they like it, they like it. If they don't, they don't. It could be for you, great. If it's not, that's okay too. And the posture is everything. Posture is everything. The moment you're like begging, will you please pick up the phone? Right? I'm calling you 6 times and you're not answering. Please, whatever you do, do not cling on to those people because they're adults. Take it for what it is. If they're not answering your phone after the webinar, be gone, move on to the next. Because the art in that we do is going to be consistently giving you lead after lead after lead after lead after lead. And it's just really fine-tuning your invite game so that way you can be professional body draggers to get them to receive the information. Oh, by the way, I forgot to put in video as well. Nicole's video, right? You want to use Nicole's video too. However it is, whatever it is, and then you get them here. Once you get the information, right? They're going to come out the other end, joining the business or not joining the business. It is what it is. Okay? All right? So, you know, at least this way you have a correct mental mind framing. So that way you know what team building is like. People are going to join your business. Not everybody's going to stay, and that's okay. But we got to run through the numbers. The game in that we play is really understanding we're professionally body dragging. And it's a lack of better words, but you know, where did I get that terminology from? Eric Worre, Network Marketing Pro. Understand you're professionally body dragging these people to the information. Just get them to see it. That's it. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, is it for you? Welcome aboard. It's not for you? Okay, have a blessed day. I'll see you later. Move on to the next person. Hey, there's a webinar going on at 1 p.m. Come join, take a look. I think this is a great fit for you. If it is, great. If it's not, that's okay too. Hey, listen, I need you to watch this video. Watch the video, you know, and I'm going to follow up with you in about 20, 30 minutes. And then I want you to tell me everything that you liked about it, blah, 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 blah. In fact, I want you to watch this video right now. I want you to play the video while I'm on the phone with you. I'll put myself on mute. Go ahead and watch the video. And then I want you to pause it right in the middle, so that way at the end of it, I'm gonna ask you a series of questions, and I'm gonna get all your amazing thoughts on it. Blah 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 blah. No matter how you're doing this, they're getting the information, and then you move on to the next person to say, okay, like it, boom, all right, welcome aboard. You get them in, all right, and then so you're running the numbers, you're getting them in, and then after that, once you get them in, this is really important for you guys to understand. Keeping your team. Keeping your team. What do you mean by keeping your team? Well, here's the thing. When you want to keep your team, you have to facilitate them. Okay? Right? Because if you're recruiting, all you're doing is doing exactly kind of what I was just talking about, right? You get them into the system, you forget about them. All right, good luck to you. Bye. And then you're already on to the next person. That's not what we do. You have to set aside a time to where you have to facilitate your team. What does that mean? That means you have to assist and help them get what they came for. What do you mean? You got to plug them in. Here's the trainings. I need you to do this. I need you to do these first steps. And everything that we did for you guys is build this so that way it's fundamentally, here's first things first. Okay, plug them in. Get them plugged in. Did you get this? Yes, okay. And you know, it's really important to, you know, get on the phone with your teammates too. Get on the phone with them, build a relationship with them, because I guarantee you this, okay, especially when you're looking to facilitate a team, facilitation means that you're working with real people. Every now and again, get in touch with your people. Hey, how's it going? Everything's okay? And you know what's more important in business? Becoming someone that actually cares. Hey, is everything okay? Cool. Sometimes, you need people that just need to listen, to build a relationship with, because I guarantee you this, if you can be able to build a bond with any of your teammates, that's a wrap. They're sticking around. You want to know why? Because they actually care. They know that you care. You know what I mean? And so, these are really important facets of the game. And, everything that we do is about working with personalities. Not everybody's going to be the same. That's okay. And not everybody's going to work at the same speed either. Some people are going to grow a little bit slower than others. But as long as they're growing, that's what's important. As long as they're growing, right? Progress equals happiness. If you really want to, build a strong facilitation, then really just ensure that either they book something, or they have some commissions coming, or they bring someone on board. That way it makes it sticky. And what I mean by sticky is they're expecting commission. If they're not training, if they're not learning, if they're not making any type of progress, guaranteed they're on their way out. I promise you. I know this. I've already been through thousands of people, and I can tell you right off the bat who's going to leave, who's going to stick around, who's plugged in, who's not. When they don't ask questions, I already know they already have their foot halfway out the door. I know this. I know, this is all coming from experience. So when you start understanding these facets of building a team, and I'm going to tell you guys right now, if you guys want to effectively build a team, this is called phase one. What is phase one? You're never going to stop bringing in people. That's how you effectively build a team. I'm serious. I am a 1-star double platinum, and I'm still bringing in directs. You want to know why? I made a decision a long time ago. I'm going to be a platinum, right? I'm going to be a platinum. And no matter what it takes, I'll bring in all 300 people if I have to. Do I want to bring in all 300 people? Of course not. But I understood something. After I brought in about 30 some odd people, I noticed people quit. No matter how much I wanted to plug them in, it's just not for everybody. It's not. And so I accept this, because people are always going to be people. Okay? You don't control their desire. You don't control their ambition. You don't control anything about what they want in their life. We have no control of that. And once I realized this, well, if that's the case, well, shit. I'm only going to work with the people who want to be worked with. So if they don't want to plug in, it's not my fault. If they don't want to work, if they don't want to put in the commitment, it's not my fault. Okay? It is what it is. If they don't want to put in the effort and they just want to keep on giving me excuses, it's not my fault. Excuse. Okay. Look, I don't need to hear 4 or 5 excuses why it's not working for you. Just give me one. Okay? If it's not working for you, have a good day. Blessed day. Does that make sense? So when you understand these facets of this game, okay, now I do realize, okay, well, it's not for everybody. That means people are going to quit. Okay, now that people are going to quit, what's really my approach here then? Well, shit, this is what I got to do. I just got to keep bringing people in. It's not going to stop. It's not going to stop. I have to understand this. Just because I'm a silver doesn't mean that I get to rest here. No, even when I get to gold, do I rest? I realize I can't. You want to know why? Because people are going to continue to quit. It's just one of those things. What are the percentage though? I understood after some time our attrition rate. There's retention rate and attrition rate. Let me run the numbers to you guys. 25% of your organization is always going to quit. If you ever run team meetings, percentage-wise, only 10% will show up. Understand that. Okay? No matter how large this organization is, we're 8,000 deep. How many people showed up to that big announcement? 1,000 people. Right? 900 people. Think about that. 600 people or whatever it was. Okay? Whenever I do my team meetings, I have 1,500 in my organization. We'd be lucky if we top off at 100. What's the percentage of that? 10%. No, in Fred Howell's organization, he has a whole bunch of people himself, and when he does his webinar, 10% show up. So if you have 20 people and you get 2 people to show up, those numbers are right. At least I'm breaking down the percentage for you. And all the people that you bring on board here, 25%, adios, still go. Our retention rate, realistically though, I want to say give or take 65%. So eventually in time, okay, out of all the people that you bring on board, if you bring in 10, my expectation is 4 of them will drop. Kind of like when you go to the Navy SEALs, like have you any of you guys watched G.I. Jane, right? And then G.I. Jane, you know, Demi Moore standing there, and you see they're being put through the ringer. The Navy SEALs, they have to hold this, right? Boom, boom, boom. Right, there you go. Jimmy, you know, 7%. Perfect. At least you know, right? So here's the thing, right? People are going to be put to the test, especially in terms of team building. They will. You want to know why? Because each and every one of you, when you build a team, you're going to get people who flake on you. You're going to get people who disappoint you. You're going to get people who get upset with you. You're going to get people who love you. You're going to also get people who quit on you. You're going to get people who betray you. This is all part of the game. Understanding this. So we're like, okay, all right. So you know what I decided to do? Let's go. Let's rock this thing. And this is my mentality. I said, okay, you know what? I'm going to run through the numbers. And I told Nick, I said, look, we just need to get direct. We just need to get direct, and we can never stop. It's never going to end. Because here's the process. If we have to make platinum ourselves, we'll have to do it. And I already knew the philosophy behind it is that the more people that I bring in, the more people I'm going to find that are going to be aligned with me just in the right way, that are as hungry as me, that are lions just like me. Are everybody going to be lions? No, that's okay. Some of them are going to be cubs. But here's the thought process. Let's help each and every one of them. The ones who are hungry, the ones who want to change, they're the ones who's going to climb. They're going to grit their teeth. They're going to climb with their nails as hard as it takes. And I'm going to prepare them and get them ready to understand that this is going to journey. This is going to be the journey that they're going to embark in. But it's going to be shiny at the other side. It's going to pay off. Because I realize this. Yes. Are you guys going to go through hardship? Yes. Are you guys going to go through challenges? Yes. Are you guys going to go through hurdles? Yes. Are you guys going to go through mistakes? Yes. Are you guys going to go through failures? Yes. And it's all okay. You want to know why? Because it's all part of the process. Okay. Now, remove evolution in Archer Travel or CBV or anything else, and let's go ahead and remove that. Let's take all of that and put that toward whatever new chosen endeavor that you so choose. No matter what you decide, it's also you're still going to be faced with those same challenges. Oh, this is so hard, I quit. You jump toward, you know what, I'm going to start selling coffee from now on. Or I'm going to sell essential oils. You go ahead and start doing that. I promise you, you're going to go through the same thing. The same exact challenges. You're going to be like, holy smokes, here I am all over again, stuck. Either we get through it and bash through it and run through it, and every time that we fall, we either get back up, dust it off, and plug away even harder, or we're going to quit. And how we do one thing is how we do all things. So if we're used to quitting, guess what we're going to do? We're just going to keep quitting. Make sense? So what I'm training you guys right now is to have a strong mental fortitude. You build a strong foundation, and once you get that foundation and accept that nothing is going to be perfect in the beginning, now you're on the right track. Now it's time to effectively build and keep going, because this is what's going to happen. You're going to bring people, and then you're going to find people that are hungry as you. Those are the ones that you're going to work with. All of them. For those of you guys that are effectively building a team, and then you got people that are not plugging in, let them go. Yeah, I said that. Just touch base with them. Hey, is everything okay? Crickets. All right. Moving on to the next person. Hey, is everything okay? Crickets. All right. Moving on to the next person. But I'll tell you what I am doing is I'm constantly bringing more people in. So that way, with the ones that are really like, hey, man, I really want this. I want to change my life. Well, let's go. I'm going to show you the way. Hey, I'm starting. This is really exciting. Let's go. Boom, boom, boom. Help those people because they're the ones that are asking for help. You can't sit there and, you know, like you have a plant and you're watering it. Hey, the sprout's not coming out. What's going on here? This plant is not growing. But then you got this other plant that's growing. You're going to nurture the one, and then you're going to be there also the one that's, you know, growing a little bit slow, but just be there. But you can't sit there and force something that's not ready to grow yet. It is what it is. People are going to be people, okay? So facilitation and understanding facilitation is exactly that, okay? Work with your drivers. Work with your A team because you're going to bring people in. They're going to be hungry, and those are the ones that you want to be on the phone with. Those are the ones that you want to help. Hey, how do I do this? This is how it's done, right? I don't know the answer. Let me get the answer for you. Boom. Help them. It's just like that, you know, speedway thing that I showed you. People want to run in this game, right? If people want to run, you come in, you assist them, fortify them. Okay, go, and then let them run, right? These are the people like Amy Cabrera. These are the people like Sarah Rogers, Dina Gable, Denise Ippolito, Marnie Hernandez. How do I do this? This is how it's done. Okay, got it. I'm gone, right? You just keep on helping them. Help them. Help the ones that want to get help. If they don't want to be helped, don't force it. This is what I want to point out to you. This is what team facilitation is. This is what, you know, and if you're sitting there and you have 9 people and you're upset about losing 3, well, I told you the numbers. Statistically, 40% of them are going to disappear. They're not going to hang around, so you don't have enough numbers. So I realize the numbers, so now I realize, okay, well, it's time to blast through those numbers. I need a lot of people then. My numbers have to outshine the ones that I'm going to lose. Right? I have to bring in more people than I'm going to lose. So those are the ones that, you know, because at the end of the day, if I know, understanding that I'm going to lose about 35 to 40%, then I have to step it up. I have to bring in more people, and that's the exact process what happened. And then along the way, guess what? I get to meet the people that want to change their life. I get to meet the people that have their back against the wall just like I did. I get to meet the people that want to completely change their life through something, anything. Just help me, please. This is it. I'm going to show you. I'm going to guide you. I'm going to coach you along the way. And I'm going to show you, but you got to be willing and you got to give yourself permission to go through the process and be okay with making mistakes, be okay with failing, be okay with people leaving you. Be okay with it. It's all right. It's okay. It's actually part of it. It's part of the game. Oh, I didn't know that. I thought I was supposed to keep everybody. No. People are people. And that's okay. Right? You're going to work with the ones that are going to shine. You're going to work with the ones that are hungry. And you're going to build them. Work with them. They're the ones that are going to drive. Right? Okay. Because they always say 20% does all the work. Right? All right. So with that said, however you want to gather your leads, be it Facebook or joining Facebook groups, building your brand, my ideology and my philosophy is do all of the above. Build your brand. Market yourself. You know, if you have a Facebook, do everything that you need to do to go to Nikki's training to build your Facebook brand. Make sure that it's all solidified to where you are clearly who you say you are. Because if you go here and you join a group and you start posting, and a lot of people make this mistake, hey, I got these travel bookings, and then when I go to your site, you know, it says nothing who you say you are. In fact, you're cussing and being negative, and you're talking about all the problems that you have in your life, right? And so if you're doing all of this, you're killing yourself. You're committing marketing suicide. You don't want to do that. What's up? Oh yeah. That's what's up. That is what's up. Hey, what the heck? What do I do now? You know, right? What do I do now when I got someone so amazingly special here in you know, the grand master of them all? I can't believe it, you know. And so it's just truly amazing. Look, when you want to take this seriously, you have to understand the game in which what we do. My goodness. Big bro, how long have you been here?
Hey, I'm just snooping around Rising Tide World, brother. That's all. That's all I'm doing. I'm just eavesdropping, a little ear hustling right here.
I love it.
The fastest growing organization in the on the planet does it. You know, that's all.
Oh my gosh, you just heard me just going completely off. Guys, how amazingly blessed are we to have none other than the founder himself over here with us, just to grace us with his presence, right? Over here in everything that we do, he is completely acknowledging your guys' growth. I'm telling you right now, you know, if I just want to let you guys know, each and every one of you know this, is that I have my eyes on each and every one of you guys. And if anyone does the same thing, and where I got that from is none other than our founder himself, because he himself is truly an inspiration and my motivation. And I mimic exactly how he does, his mentality, in the way he does things, and the way he does things right. And, you know, I always ask him questions, and I carry his lead, and it is through his leadership am I able to continue the way that we have been doing in this game and what we do, right? And so it's just truly amazing. And I'm gonna tell you guys right now, he too himself has his eyes on every one of you here in Rising Tide, and he is taking notice. He loves everything. He knows that top 10 chart in the movers and shakers is all you guys, because we're teaching you how to effectively mentally do it the right way, right from up here. Because as long as you're right up here, nothing can break you. You can't be broken. It's impossible, right? So, man, I can't talk anymore. I can't talk anymore, guys. You guys, he really needs no real serious introduction. I mean, guys, he is the visionary. He is the one that's provided this platform for us to change our life, for us to have a platform to teach you guys in this same exact way, for you guys to change the trajectory and change the needle of the end outcome of your guys' life in a real practical and easy way that is capable. It's not difficult. It's very linear. You just follow the process and you just go. So with that said, I mean, man, Dave, I love you. You are truly the man, and without your platform, it wouldn't even allow us to be able to just give so many people this opportunity to change their life in what we do. So without further ado, guys, can you just come on and just say a few words for us?
Absolutely, brother. Man, listen, I appreciate you, and Nick, you guys know what you mean to me. You know, I always say not just, you know, business, but personally. You know, I sent Nick a voice message this morning for her birthday because I wanted her to hear my voice. Like, I didn't want to send her a text. I wanted her to hear, you know, how I feel about her and about you guys. And, you know, everybody on this line, what you guys are instilling in them is amazing. And we always say that, you know, we teach life lessons, not just evolution lessons. And so, you know, the things that you learn here, you can implement anywhere in any phase of your life. And, you know, I think that when I came on, I heard Charles talking about, you know, always, you know, putting new blood in and understanding that you replace, you know, those who leave. And, you know, my motto, I had a Facebook post, I believe it was last week, that says, you know, on my journey, I never worried about those that left because I was too busy taking care of those who were still here. And that's the motto, right? You know, there's not a victim on this line. I mean, we don't do the victim thing. Understand that your journey is your journey, and everything that happens in your journey is part of it. Like, you had to go through every lesson that you had to have, right? And if you guys look, I mean, you guys are the hottest organization in evolution right now, you know, under the leadership of Charles and Nicole and all the leaders that they've built. But they had to go through their journey, right? You have to go through all of it. There's no cheating it. There's no shortcutting it. I don't care how many people tell you no, those people just weren't meant for you right now. You know, so it's just part of it. And when you look up, we used to always laugh because people would say, Founder, I lost 5 people last night. When they wake up and see their back office, I said, well, if you lost 5, how many do you think I lost? Like I said at the top of the deal. so understand that it's levels to it, right? And it's all part of it. Like, if no one is here with you today, right now, it's because they weren't supposed to be, right? Sometimes, you know, we always say, you know, everyone that came with you can't go with you. People are in your life just for a season or for a certain thing or place for you to be, and then you have to continue to elevate. And it's elevate, empower, elevate, empower. And at each level, you'll find more and more. You know, Charles is, you know, from the martial arts background. He understands that when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. So always understand that, guys. Like, you guys are a part of the best group. Your leaders are absolutely amazing. I love these people like I gave birth to them, right? Like, I really do it. We have that type of relationship. And it's just amazing. I told Nick today, I enjoy so much having a front row seat on her journey. Like, I promise you guys, Nikki's always been an amazing person, but the powerhouse and the magnet that you see right now, it wasn't always that way. I remember at our very first boot camp, I had to make Nikki talk. I was like, Nick, say something. Like, get up here and say something. Stop letting everybody else answer the question. We played a game, and, you know, guys would talk over or whatever, but now she's one of the most commanding presences that I know, you know, and Charles has always been that backbone. So you guys, trust me when I tell you that you guys are with the right group and you're learning the right things. These leaders are not selfish or selfless. They understand that we've always said it's our job to get to the front of the room and then back to the back of the room. And the only way they can get to the back room is because now their leaders are in front of the room. So now when I look at Marnie and Denise and Sarah and all of the, you know, now Gail and Bill, like all of the leaders that are here right now, Jen, everybody that's right here right now, you guys, it's time for you to be in the front of the room, right? And see, then it doesn't stop there, because now it's time, after you're in the front of the room, get your butt back to the back, because now your leaders need to be in the front. And that's how it happens. And again, that's what's going on right now, Rising Tide. That's why when you sit back and I laugh every month when I sit in this chair, because you just beat the number that you beat last week or last month. It's all part of it, right? You're in competition with yourself, getting better daily. And that's it, guys. So just continue to buy into it. You know, I'm sorry. Hey, look, and I see Amy right there. I miss Amy and Justin. Absolutely crushing it. They're in the front of the room now. They're working their way back to the back because it's their time for their leaders. And it's just all part of the process, guys. So, you know, I'm so appreciative and proud of you guys. I mean, when I tell you, and you guys have heard Nick and Charles' story, when they were down to 5 partners, now when this next convention comes, they're going to be promoting 5 platinums. Like, that's a big deal, guys. That's a big deal. And they didn't play victim. They said, okay, look, let's regroup and let's figure this thing out and let's do it. Not so that we can do it, because they already had the influence and over a lot of people to be able to do it themselves, but to do it where now it's duplicating, right? We say in this industry, if it doesn't duplicate, it doesn't work. And so right now it's duplicating. You guys are seeing the results. So continue, just keep your foot on the gas. Everything that you want in life can happen through this vehicle. Trust me when I tell you that. The conversation I have with the leaders is different than 2, 3, 4 years ago, because now they understand it. They see it. They are talking about now what they know instead of what they heard, right? So they're experiencing their own stories. They don't have to sell anybody else's stories anymore, right? We've always taught, sell someone else's story while creating your own. They've created their own story now, guys. So I'm excited to see where this is going. It's going to continue to go. I know by the end of the month, you guys will be over 2,000 partners and growing, right? And that's the thing. So again, you're going to have people that fall off and all that. That's okay. Like, understand in this game that that's all part of the process. I had a conversation with one of your up and coming leaders today, and she was going through a little something in her current situation. And I told her that everything that you have, that you're going through, it had to happen. It absolutely had to, because you can't come out on the other side. Understand that network marketing is just like life, family. You're either going into a storm, in the middle of the storm, or coming out of a storm. It's only 3 places that you can be. So understand that whenever you go through the tough time, you're going to come out on the other side. The only challenge is, what are you going to do differently now? What did you learn when you were going through it? Because if you didn't learn anything, then it was a wasted time. So we don't waste the time. We understand that there's lessons in everything that we do. And I'm so proud of you guys because you guys are putting the work in daily. You know, this is for sure Team No Sleep. Everybody touts themselves Team No Sleep, but I know the work that you guys put in, and I'm just proud of you. I'm proud to be partnering with you guys and understand that this is part of your journey. It has to happen like this right now. When it's sweet, it has to be sweet. When it's bad, it has to be bad so that you appreciate the sweet. And again, a lot of you guys have gone through things, but if Charles and Nikki hadn't gone through anything, how can they mentor you through that? Right? So you have to have some tough times in order to pass it on and to teach other people. So just know that I'm watching you guys. I'm very, very appreciative of what you're doing because you guys are family. There's a million companies that you could be in right now, but you chose a family instead of a company, and that's what Evolution is. And I know that Rising Tide is just a division of that, right? You guys practice what we preach. And so it's no hypocrites here. It's everybody doing what they say they're going to do, doing what's required to further the movement and their lives. So guys, I'm appreciative of you. I love you guys more than you could ever imagine. Charles and Nikki, you know what you mean to me. I thank you for having me on, Nick, and happy birthday.
I told Dave this was my last birthday that I was actually going to be working.
Right. So, all right. Thank you so much, Dave. I mean, just coming here with your presence. I mean, wow, what a pleasant surprise this was. It was the biggest birthday gift that you could ever give for Nikki right now, just on a team building class and for Rising Tide as a whole. So, guys, I mean, look, I hope you guys absorbed and really take all the information that you're getting from this class and, you know, taking it home with you and using it for your guys' own personal growth, because that's what it is, everything that we do. I can't follow that with what David just said. Take that, let Dave be the close here. I'm going to take the wife out to go out to dinner. We're going to go eat for Nikki's birthday, take the whole family out, and then we're going to go watch a show. Guys, thank you so much for coming here. Thank you, Dave, for just coming here and doing your thing. Love you guys. Love each and every one of you. We're just going to continue to grow. You know, it is your time, all right? Don't wait till 2020. The time is yesterday to change your life, right? All right. Any last words?
Yeah, you guys want to see Dave McCovey in the flesh? You got to come to birthday party. Birthday party or convention is going to be the best. So you really want to like touch them, hug them, all of that. Then it's convention or birthday. So we're super excited about that. And like Charles said, we'll let Dave close. So have a great day, guys. Thanks for all the birthday wishes. We really love you guys to the moon and back. Bye-bye. Take care.
All right, guys. Have a great night.